hello, how are you? Good morning, happy Monday. It's our first full week of 2021 and I feel so energized today, which is weird. I think part of it is that I get to start setting up all of like my 2021 stuff. Like I'm using my new work planner. I'm writing in this, which came in the Addie LaRue Owl Crate exclusive box. It's a 3-year journal where you write in like every day, but it has slots for the next 3 years. So this is January 1st for 2021, 2022, and 2023. So I did the first and the second. I need to still do the third. But I really enjoy this. I think it's going to be kind of interesting to see what I do on each day for the next 3 years. So for instance, on January 1st, I was in Colorado. I was seeing my niece. On the 2nd, we were coming home and it was like a completely just like relaxed day of eating Taco Bell and sleeping on the couch for 3 hours, which is nice. And then yesterday I was cleaning and running errands, and today I'm working. So I think it'll just be interesting to see, especially 3 years from now, because we plan on moving soon and to a new state, where we'll be 3 years from now versus today. So that's what I'm doing. I have finished The Crowns of Croswald 2, which is The Girl with the Whispering Shadow, and Finale, which I finished last night. I feel like I didn't talk properly about my feelings for both of those. I loved The Girl with the Whispering Shadow. I just think D.E. Night is an amazing author, and I think she definitely deserves more credit. She should be a bigger, more well-read author. I think part of it is that the books seem to be advertised as middle grade, and they're not. They should be young adult. I think it was great. My favorite scene was towards the end. So Ivy has gone to stay in Belzebeth, which is the town. That's like in the first chapter, and I think I mentioned it when I was first reading it, that there's this town that the name is secret, and that's what keeps the town hidden and undiscoverable to people who don't know the name of the town or who have been there before. And so she goes there to search for part of the Kindred Stone, which is the stone that Queen Isabel put all of her magic into, who is like the last queen in Ivy's line before her. So she's got one piece and she needs to be looking for the second one, and her scrivenist Derwin, who is Derwin Edgar Knight, D.E. Knight, sends her there and says, I think that this is where I put it. And so she's staying with Finn Greeley, who is her crush, and I think that they're so cute. And she joins the Quality Quills Club, which is this like dueling club that Finn has created, and I just absolutely love. I mean, it's got such HP vibes with Dumbledore's army, where, you know, they've been training and learning spells and fighting against each other, and then we get to the end where we're fighting the queen and the queen's shadow, and they all band together and they're like taking turns. Finn goes first and he starts off with part of their like mantra, and then they go again, and it's like for the unknown, for creatures and critters alike. It was so good, and I could picture it in my head as they were each like stepping up in line and casting their spells and fighting against this creature. And there's a moment in the end where this guy who's like a matler, which is like a police officer, and he's like, why do you have quills? You not graduates, you shouldn't have quills. And Derwin steps up and he's like, these children saved our lives. Like, we would not be here without them. And it's just such a magical moment, and that's how I felt in HP and the Order of the Phoenix, when they are at the Ministry of Magic fighting the Death Eaters and just using all of the knowledge and experience they'd gotten from being part of Dumbledore's army. It was so good. The only other scene in HP that really gives me vibes like that is when McGonagall tells the statues that she's brought down to man the boundaries, do your duty to your school. That is hands down my favorite scene in all 8 movies, and it's great that I'm getting vibes like that in this book because I haven't in quite a while. So it was really good. I desperately want to pick up the third and final book but I have some other things that I need to read first. Finale, I also really loved. I have loved the Caraval series. It has just been so magical. And there are a lot of other books that I've read that have magic elements in them, but it's not the main focus, and this is the main focus. The, you know, Caraval is all about the magic and the illusions and about Legend and his like mysteriousness, and Legendary is all about like releasing the fates and Tella finding herself, and Finale is kind of like a culmination of all the first two books and this one, obviously, because it's the last one. But now it's fighting against the fates, and I don't want to spoil anything, although these books, they came out 2 years ago now. Finding out that, you know, some people aren't who you really thought that they were, that they do have magic, learning how to use magic to trick fates, to use all these like fated objects and stuff. And it was just so good. I absolutely loved it, and I'm so excited for the fourth. I don't think it's a fourth book. I think it's a novella about Jax, the Prince of Hearts. I loved Jax. And I wanted him to be with Tella. I wanted him to be with Tella, but I wanted Tella to be with Legend / Dante. And there was a moment where in the end she's realizing that maybe the reason that they severed their connection, which you'll have to learn about in the books, was because he was really falling in love with her, and he didn't want that, because when fates fall in love with humans, they can turn human, and that's a weakness, and they can die that way. And so I think that was just really sad that he was like pleading with her, and she could see that he had probably once truly loved her, but now that it was just an obsession. And I just, sweet baby Jax, so sad. Reading plans for this week are to finish, I've been calling it The Once and Future Queen, that's the name of the series. It's Secrets of the Star-Crossed by Claire O'Connor. I'm only 20% of the way in. I really need to get on this and read more, because it comes out January 21st, and then Crown of Bones comes out today. So I don't know if I should just start this because I'm not that far into Secrets of the Star-Crossed, and then like keep bouncing back and forth between the two of them, but it comes out today and I haven't started reading it yet, so I definitely need to get on that. Those are the two main books that I'm going to focus on this week. I'm going to go to Starbucks and get something to drink and eat, probably. It's the first of the year, I'm going to treat myself, and because starting on Thursday, that's when we get our first paychecks. That's what's, you know, going into the budget. That is going to be when we really start saving. So I'm like, I'll go get something for myself right now. So I will update you guys later if I get any reading done. My face feels so red. Skylar's cousin just tagged me on Instagram. Hi Delaney, if you see this. Her and her sister found this channel, and I just felt like I had to come on and put this. They like it. That's fun. She was saying that she's gonna take down her post because she tagged me in on Instagram, and I was like, no, it's okay. Like, Skylar tells everybody, and it's not that it's a secret, it's just for me. And I feel weird. It's honestly because of my parents. Because they my dad makes fun of me for it. But it's fine, Delaney. So hello. I feel so weird right now. Hello, happy Sunday. Tuesday. I don't know why I said Sunday. And why my forehead looks so gross. I just finished eating dinner. I am so tired all of a sudden. Skylar is at the bar with his coworkers. It's like typical Tuesday thing now. Even though he went out, I still made dinner. I made chicken fried rice just because I'm trying not to eat out. And this way, you can hear Marcy. This way I have leftovers for tomorrow, and he will also have something to take for lunch with him. Um, I have been reading Crown of Bones on and off all day. I think I'm 127 pages in now, which is farther than I am into Secrets of the Star-Crossed. So I think I'm just going to put that aside for now. It doesn't come out for another 2 weeks, and focus on Crown of Bones. It's just more up my alley with like fantasy and kings and queens, and there's even like mermaid elements, and we're following, oh, Marcy. No. No. We are following Marcus, who is the heir to Basine, and Ash, who is a scribe. I believe they have been friends since they were children, and they're both selected to go to this like elite school to possibly possess phantoms, which are like, I'm trying to think of a word to describe it. Like familiars almost, but they're more magical. So Marcus can control a warrior, and he is one of the first in like a really long time. And because his older brother is non-Savant, and Savant is someone who can wield a phantom, even though he's the oldest, he will not be heir to the throne. Marcus will be. And they had an older brother who was killed due to like an old tradition that was stopped shortly afterwards, where children who were born non-Savant were killed. I don't remember specifically, but they were basically thrown to the ocean, which we learned later the mermaids, or the Mar people, rescue them and turn them into Mar people. And my theory is that his brother is still alive. Obviously, he's been turned into a Mar person. And this character that we meet, Kalen, who is a pirate and says he spent his entire life on the sea, I'm like, maybe that's the older brother. But we also follow Ash, who was chosen as a potential to be a Savant, but then didn't. And we have this chapter at the beginning, like the prologue, where it says like, this girl conjured her phantom, and it was so like terrifying and scary that they bound it and basically erased the memory of that day from everybody there. So she thinks that she is just a scribe, she's nothing, and clearly she's gonna, you know, find her power later and save the day and maybe get to marry Marcus. There was a little bit of a love interest between the two of them, but obviously because she's not Savant, she's not princess material, so the king put a stop to that. It's really good though so far. Like I said, I'm farther in than I was with Secrets of the Star-Crossed, which is more like sci-fi than I am used to. The only sci-fi series that I've ever really like enjoyed is Illuminae, which I just loved that series so much, and I have been trying to convince Skylar to read it, and I was like, it's like a comic, like you'll fly through it. He just has the worst attention span ever. But I'm like, it's got pictures, like it'll interest you. I'm like, if he could just read like 50 or 60 pages of it, then I know that he would get hooked, because he reads comic books, and the writing style for this and the way that it's set up is super similar to that. So I think he would enjoy it. Like I said, I just finished eating dinner. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm actually thinking that I'm just going to go lay down in bed and knit for the rest of the night until about 9, and then do just a little bit more reading. I'm really enjoying Crown of Bones. It's super interesting. And hopefully I'll be able to finish it in the next day or two based on like my progress currently, and then I can start on the rest of Secrets of the Star-Crossed. Good morning, happy Thursday. It's payday, and yesterday I went and picked up a Revlon all-in-one styler, and look at how nice my hair looks. I did straighten like the top bits a little bit just because I went to sleep last night with it wet, and it just gets so crazy and like kinked up at the top, but I used it. It took me less than 20 minutes and my hair looks so nice. I have never been so excited, and it's got such nice like gentle curls. This one looks kind of funky in the front, but it was so quick and easy to use. I definitely need a little bit more practice. This side didn't come out as nicely, I feel like, because this is like my left hand and turning it this way is weird, but I absolutely loved it. And of course I bought it because I saw it on TikTok. I follow Scarlett O'Hair, Hair. She is this ginger goddess. Her hair is my hair goals. It's all the way past her butt. It's amazing. She has just such thick, beautiful hair. She tested out a more expensive one that's got a much thicker brush versus like the really small one that I got, which is like 1.5 inches. I think the other one is like 2 inches. Like a big round brush that you would use. And I am gonna buy one for my mom because that's what she does. That's how she does her hair. She, you know, spends so much time curling it with a round brush and a blow dryer. I'm gonna buy one for her because it's gonna change her life. I just love the way this looks. Like, this is how it looks when I go get it cut and done. It looks so nice. The back is a little rough, just because it's hard to see, but it was just, I was so excited to use it and it turned out so well. Reading wise, I am 166 pages into Crown of Bones and just waiting for the inevitability that Ash is going to call a phantom. I am so excited for it. She is on this journey with all of these Seventh. She's non-Seventh, which means she can't call a phantom, but I call bullshit on that. They are going on this like sacred journey where you go and like solidify basically your phantom to you, to this place called Aku, and they have to be there before the gates close. I don't know specifically what that means, if that's like the end of the day or if they're literal gates. And so much just keeps going wrong and derailing them. And Marcus, who is our main character, our main male character, is the heir of Basine. He needs to make this journey in order to solidify his position as the heir to the throne, or it's possibly going to go to his brother. I'm not 100% sure. But he got like a prophecy from the Black Robes, which are like, you don't want to be a Black Robe, but they're like protectors and like prophecy oracle people, I guess, that they need to keep their group to 5 people or bad things will happen. And obviously they pick up Kaelin from the boat and he saves them and is helping them on this journey. And it just seems like bad things keep happening, and Marcus finally makes the connection, like, they told us to stick to 5 people. So I don't know if they're gonna drop Kaelin or if somebody else is gonna stay behind, but the book is just so good and I'm really hoping that I'm gonna get to do more reading tonight.
You needed a bath.
We're bathing Marcy in the bathtub for the first time, and she's not really a fan, but she's doing better than I thought. Skylar's in swim trunks so that he can get in close with her. She got super muddy on a hike today with him, so.
Look at all the dirt in the tub.
I know. That's gross.
Good morning, happy Monday. Yes, Monday. I didn't end up ending this vlog yesterday, obviously, because I'm still reading Crown of Bones. I am really enjoying it, but I'm just feeling like reading a physical book right now, so it's taking me a little bit longer than normal. I thought about going to go pick it up at Barnes & Noble, but I'm not supposed to be spending money on books right now, so I'm still continuing to try and read it on NetGalley. I only have 100 pages left. Things are getting super interesting. But something that stops me from being interested in the story is the relationship between Kaelin and Ash. I just don't like them together. The book kind of sets it up as if Kaelin or Ash and Marcus are going to be together, and then they're not, and I just feel like their relationship is breathy. That's the best way that I can describe it. I was thinking about this last night. It's breathy. There's just all these like sly glances and close moments, and we can't because of the protocols, and I'm here on a job, and then all of a sudden they're throwing caution to the wind and making out with each other, and I don't know. I just feel like their relationship doesn't really give a lot to this story. I understand Kaelin's part in being there, but I do at the same time feel like he could be there without being in a relationship with Ash. I just also think it's making her a bad recorder. Like, she's supposed to be solely focused on writing down what's happening with Marcus and Belair, and I don't feel like I know she cares about it, but it's not her main focus. She just wants to be around Kaylin. So their relationship bothers me a little bit. It's not my favorite, and when I get to chapters that are like heavily focused on them, I just don't want to read them. So a little bit of that has been making me like hesitant on reading more. But I have like 96 pages left, so I'm definitely going to finish that tonight. During my lunch break, I'm going to edit the vlog from when I was in Colorado and hopefully have that up on Wednesday. I'm trying to catch up to like currently. So today might be the last day of this vlog, hopefully, if I finish the book tonight, which is the plan. And then I'm going to continue on with Secrets of the Starcrossed, which I downloaded on my iPad. I'm hoping reading it on like a bigger screen will make me feel better. I just feel like when I read on my phone, like just more time wasted on my phone, and it doesn't feel the same as like taking a break from my phone and reading. It feels like just being on my phone more. So that's my update for today. I'm going to continue working, and I will update you hopefully tonight with having finished that book. Turns out that I had less pages than I thought. I finished the book at 93%, I think, and the rest of it was like this huge glossary for a bunch of the terms that were used throughout the book. Yeah, 94.6%. I really thought that I had more to go, and literally on the last pages, Ash calls her phantom, and it's not sorry is what they call it, which is like a demon. That's what Master Brogal calls it, who is like her guardian, and he is a high savant, a red robe, I think, which is like the highest you can go other than being a black robe, which is like a totally different thing. But oh my god, that's where it ends. It's supposed to be bound. It shouldn't have been able to be risen. And all this time that it's been like bound to her body, it should have disintegrated and she shouldn't have been able to call it. But it seems like it's just gotten stronger, and I think the connection between the two of them was just never severed. And she calls it without even having to like kneel on the ground, which is normally what they do. And it comes to her aid. Her phantom coming was a lot less dramatic than I thought it was going to be, and I really thought that she was going to get a moment to like go onto the field and show people what she's made of. But it's just her and Master Brogal, and they're like in the castle. There's this huge like battle going on outside. Bysine is under attack. Marcus and everybody, they arrived from Aku, which was also under attack and completely destroyed. And Aku is where they went to go do their training and get their yellow robes. And it turns out that his dad is gravely ill, which I call shenanigans on that. I'm sure that his brother P10 poisoned him, and that's how he's on the throne now. And it was just all so much at the end. I still don't like Kaylin. We still haven't gotten any confirmation on who he is, but there's somebody in the castle who recognizes him. And I think that he is the older brother. I think that's who he is. We've been confirmed that he was saved by a Mar, which is like a mermaid person. And it was just so much that happened at the end. It was so good, but I think it was more of a 4-star just because I really, really didn't like the relationship between Kaylin and Ash. I don't really care for Kaylin, and I just felt like it took away a lot from the story, having to deal with their relationship, which really didn't contribute anything. But it was so good, and I am so upset that this literally came out like 6 days ago, so I'm probably not going to get to read another book in this series for another like year and a half. And it ended with her calling her phantom, but only in front of this one person. She doesn't get to, nobody else knows. So if it gets bound again, which was his intention, then nobody will ever know. And I'm just so many thoughts. I'm gonna go sit on the couch for a little bit. Skylar is going to a brewery after work. He gets off in about half an hour, which I was like, fine, but go. I don't really want to have to cook dinner. I'm going to clean the kitchen, and I think just not make anything tonight, or probably have just like mac and cheese. I really don't want to make a mess in the kitchen. I just want to clean it and have it be done with and sit on the couch. I finished that blanket that I was working on for my aunt. It turned out really well, and I already want to start on the one for my Nana, but I think I just need like a day or two to not knit and to not read. So this is the end of the vlog. Thank you so much for watching and listening through all of my ramblings about this book. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, let me know how your 2021 is getting off, what you're starting off with reading, what some of your goals are, and just how you're doing. It's been a rough week or so, but we'll get there. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.